Welcome to the NXTware Remote for OpenVMS Debugger video demonstration. This video will show NXTware Remote's debugger functionality and how users can launch the debugger against a COBOL project's executable within Eclipse and run it in debug mode. The debugger is launched by right-clicking on the COBOL project and navigating to the debug option. Or we could click the COB debug shortcut on the toolbar. The debug window allows us to choose which executables to debug. In this case, we've already selected one that was previously compiled with debug, set to true. Here the Eclipse debug perspective is launched. It takes a few moments for all the debug output to populate the editor content window. We can see the distinct debug functionality of this perspective: debug, variables, breakpoints, the editor content window, and outline in the center. Additionally, we have the console, tasks, problems, and examine tabs at the bottom of the workbench view. As we can see in the breakpoints frame, there's a default breakpoint for the beginning of the procedure division at line 9. Previously, we've set a breakpoint at line 12. The debugger stops at line 9 in the editor content frame and is advanced to line 12, where our first breakpoint is found. The console contains the output messages for the current execution status of the debugger. The first thing to do is click on the Examine icon to add some variables that can be examined during the debugging session. Here we add the num1 and sum1 variables to the examine area. Now we can see them populate as they're selected. Next, we can resume execution in the debugger and use debug commands to step over or step line by line. We click on line 14 to insert a breakpoint and resume execution. Clicking on the Variables tab, we see the contents of num1 change as shown in the Variables frame. We can also deposit a value in the variables by clicking on the Deposit icon located at the bottom toolbar. In this example, we're changing num1 to 50 and resuming the execution. The value of num1 is changed when we resume execution. The value of sum1 is now 50 instead of 18.